Hi everyone. This video is walking you guys through your second essay assignment, and this essay assignment basically will build upon the skills that you built in your first essay. So, like I noted in the first essay walkthrough, this needs to have the same topic and stance as your first essay. And what you're doing is expanding on that, revising, editing, and adding additional research to help support your claims. So, the purpose of integrating research is to give credibility or validity to um, our own arguments. So, what you're going to do is find at least three credible sources to support your stance in your essay. One of these has to be a scholarly article from the library database. There is an assignment that's going to walk you through how to find these, how to evaluate them, how to integrate them into your arguments. So don't worry about that. Just know you have to have at least three, and one of them has to be a scholarly article. The essay is going to be 5 to 6 pages in length and is due on Sunday, October 29th by 11:59 p.m. As always, MLA formatting is required. Everything's checked for plagiarism, and the page lengths must be met. You need to keep, again, the same topic and stance as your first essay. Have all the general parts of an essay, a concrete claim with a thesis in the introduction, at least 3 main ideas with reasons and evidence to support, 2 to 3 opposing ideas with refutations, appropriate number of sources, and a conclusion. A couple of notes on this. One thing you're going to make sure you do is make sure that you are substantially enhancing and revising your essay. So what I don't want to see you do is just copy and paste your first essay and then add 2 pages of sources. What you should be doing is going back into your essay, looking at areas that can be strengthened. So revising, expanding, adding more detail, more analysis, and then use your sources throughout your essay and make sure that you are integrating those direct quotes from your sources to help show your audience or prove what you're talking about. So, for example, if I was again doing the topic about legalizing marijuana at a national level, up to 2 ounces for recreational use, my first main idea might be something about how it can help benefit the local economy. And I might pull a piece of evidence that's either a statistic or a figure from a news source that talks about how it has done this in a state that's already legalized marijuana. So, for example, Colorado. I might also integrate a mix of both qualitative and quantitative support. So you can use stats, data, metrics. You can also use and should use qualitative evidence as well, which could be, say, for example, a news story or that kind of evidence that isn't necessarily a metric, but still helps support your claims. So again, remember to pull in specific quotes from your sources that help show your audience what you're talking about or prove your point. You can also use source material in raising the counter arguments as well, or in supporting your refutations of the counter arguments. So again, you could point out, say, for example, that some people believe X, Y, or Z, as is noted in this, say, news story or article. However, they're incorrect because of X, Y, and Z. So that's kind of how you utilize these sources. Make sure that you are, again, using credible sources, things that really help prove your point. Don't just pull a random source or a random blog online, things like that. And if you have any questions on this, you're always welcome to reach out as well. When you submit these assignments, you are going to have 2 parts to your final essay grade. Again, just like your first essay, you had the outline that kind of was a little bit of a boost to your grade. You'll do an assignment here that's called an annotated bibliography. Don't worry, it's a separate assignment. You'll turn it in separately. But that will also be part of your final essay grade. So as long as you do that, you get the 10 or 15 points that go towards your essay grade as well. The only thing you need to submit when you submit your final version of this essay is the final draft. You'll also want to include a regular bibliography on that. Again, there's a whole other assignment that goes through all this, but as a reference, I've given you a guide to an annotated bibliography with an example. I've also given you an optional self-edit guide here if you want. If you have any questions on this, let me know. Otherwise, go ahead and move on and continue with your assignments.